Alrighty, so today I'm going to be drawing a fish with a Sharpie Pro fine point permanent marker and giving it a little bit of a review. I'm going to be drawing in my Soho Urban Artist sketchbook today, but first off, I want to go ahead and give you guys just my kind of overall impression of the Sharpie Pro fine tip permanent marker. And right off the bat, I like this marker, but I don't. I've owned this marker for a couple years, and I bought it thinking that maybe it would last a little bit longer. Maybe the tip would be a little bit better for writing on different surfaces and everything like that kind of thing. Maybe it wouldn't fade as much, and none of that is true at all. In my personal opinion, this is essentially just a normal Sharpie fine tip permanent marker rebranded with a fancy shell. That is all this is in my personal opinion. And they say on it that this marks on wet and oily surfaces. Now, I personally have not tested that, but do I think that a normal, I don't actually have one on me, do I think that a normal Sharpie fine tip marker would do that as well? Probably, in all honesty, it would probably do that just fine. It's a Sharpie after all. So overall, right off the bat, I'm not super impressed by this marker right here. But there are some things that I do like about it, I ain't gonna lie. First of which being this little thing right here. This is great. Really, really, really easy for tucking in your shirt pocket and everything like that kind of thing. Really easy to slide in your shirt pocket. Another one is the ergonomics of it and everything like that kind of thing. This comes across more like a carpenter's pencil. That is for sure. In like holding style kind of thing. It comes across more like a carpenter's pencil, which I really like. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But other than that, besides the look of it and everything like that kind of thing, I'm really not all that impressed by how it actually draws on both paper and on other surfaces. And I have used this on other surfaces before, like brick, like glass, stuff like that kind of thing, just to see how well this performed. And it did not perform really any better than a normal Sharpie would, in all honesty, which was a little bit disappointing. Let's go ahead and get the cap all off though, and let's just go ahead and take a look at how this is ergonomics-wise before I go ahead and start drawing with it. Now we can just see, taking a look at the tip of this marker right here, that I have indeed used it quite a bit. I ain't gonna lie, I have used this marker quite a bit, and it's actually been quite a while since I have used this marker, so I hope it works just fine, that is for sure. The cap is just all yellow on the inside and everything like that kind of thing. Pops on pretty easily to the end, but it's definitely very snug kind of thing, which means that it comes off I mean, like, it's not like the easiest thing to come off, but that is for sure, but it does come off easier than not. I definitely would have to say it's a little bit of a complaint on my behalf about that. But like holding wise and everything like that kind of thing is not so bad. Ergonomics without the cap on, it's pretty evenly weighted, if not a little bit weighted towards about this point right here where my finger is. But with the cap on, the back of it is definitely very back heavy in my opinion, but I'd actually have to say too back heavy. I definitely prefer using this pen without the cap on, and I definitely would much rather just hold the cap in my other hand while I draw with this marker right here. That's just definitely my preferences. It's just too back heavy with the cap on. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get my Soho Urban Artist sketchbook all opened up, and let's go ahead and flip to an open page, and let's go ahead and get right to drawing a fish and go ahead and find out how the Sharpie Pro Fine permanent marker actually draws, and see how it actually is on paper. Now, it's been a while, as said, since I've used this one, but the reason I stopped using this pen right here was because it started fading on me on a pretty consistent basis. This is an issue that that normal Sharpies have. This is an issue that all Sharpies I've ever used had, and I hope that this Sharpie would be able to get rid of that issue, but it did not in any way, shape, or form, and that's pretty disappointing, especially since this Sharpie costs more than a normal Sharpie fine point. Well, let's go ahead and start drawing, though. Just like that. And we can see, yeah, this pen is pretty dead. I did not use this pen, I will admit, for too long of a period of time. I think I used it for a solid 3 to 4 months off and on kind of thing, and then it started fading pretty badly. And we can also see, I don't know if it's just due to the age of the pen or if it's actually due to just this being a Sharpie Pro, and maybe the ink is a little bit different because of the whole marks on oily and wet surfaces or whatever, but this is a little bit more brown than it is black as well kind of thing. I don't know if that really is showing up very well on camera, but it is definitely more brown than black. We can definitely see the difference between the two colors, between the black right here and the brown right here. That is for sure. Doing the eye just like this kind of thing, and we can see that depending on pressure, you're going to get different densities of the line and everything like that kind of thing. It was a little bit faded at the beginning as this pen hadn't been used for a while. And we can see that the line pretty much stays the same, of course, size all the way around. It's a Sharpie after all, and it's got no weird brush or no weird sizing. It's definitely not a calligraphy pen. It just stays the same size all the way around. But even when I'm forcing the pen down really hard and everything like that, trying to think, even when I'm forcing the pen down really hard and everything like that kind of thing, to say it correctly, I'm still getting a decent amount of fading unless I'm doing a really short line or something like that kind of thing. Like when I'm doing this, still getting fading, which is really, really, really annoying. I ain't gonna lie on, I really am not a fan of that. And that is one of my main complaints about this pen right here. And that pretty much is the fish all done. I think I might fix some lines or something like that. Just go down here or something like that kind of thing. Just do that. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that in all honesty. I don't think this is my best fish ever, but it is good enough for what it needed to do. Overall, though, I am not impressed by the Sharpie Pro Fine Point permanent marker. Not impressed by any means. I really don't think it's worth the money. Even if you want to use this for, let's say, carpentry or something like that kind of thing. In my opinion, you are much better off buying just a normal Sharpie or a carpenter's pencil. A carpenter's pencil is going to last forever kind of thing. This, on the other hand, is not. 3-4 months. That's how long I used this before it started performing like this. Really, really, really disappointing. 3-4 months off and on. I probably did 20 total drawings with this marker right here until it started acting like this. Yeah, very, 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 very disappointing if I do say so myself. It acts about the same as a normal Sharpie, which really is just so disappointing, especially since you're paying significantly more. I want to say like $1 more for this marker right here. It really is just, in my personal opinion, not worth the price. But of course, I am just using this pen. I'm just using this permanent marker for drawing. If you have a different purpose for this drawing, maybe it will be good at it. If you have a different purpose for this drawing, what am I saying? If you have a different purpose for this pen right here, I definitely do think that maybe it will live up to what you want it to do kind of thing. If you're going to use this pen for carpentry or for maybe marking on glass or something like that kind of thing, maybe it's better. Maybe it's better. But I kind of doubt that, in all honesty kind of thing. I really do kind of doubt that. Overall, I think personally, you're much better. You're far better off buying a Posca for any of these purposes kind of thing. You're far better off buying a Posca, in my personal opinion. I just think they're better as a whole kind of thing. That's my personal opinion. I'm not really that big of a fan of Sharpies anymore. I used to love Sharpies quite a bit. Don't really like Sharpies anymore. I prefer my Poscas now, that is for sure. And this, in my personal opinion, is really just not all that good of a pen, especially for the price. It really is disappointing, in all honesty. But I think that's just all I had. I think that's about all I had to say about this pen right here, the Sharpie Pro Fine Tip Permanent Marker. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys think I missed anything about this pen. If you guys like this pen, let me know why you guys like it. Let me know why you guys dislike it. Do you guys think I was right in this review? Let me know if you guys think I was wrong in this review. Just let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what y'all's thoughts are on this video and on this pen if you guys have used it before. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching my review of the Sharpie Pro Fine Tip Permanent Marker. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. Box, and my main channel all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But, thank you very much for watching, y'all. To the next one, stay safe and peace. Have a great one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?